Well, in another stunning display of complete and total hypocrisy, a MeToo group tied to Biden refused to highlight allegations against him. Breitbart reports a prominent MeToo advisory group with ties to Joe Biden advisor refused to publicize sexual harassment allegations against the former vice president earlier this year. Time's Up, a nonprofit committee committed to ending workplace and gender discrimination, was contacted by a former Biden Senate staffer in January. The staffer, Tara Reid, had previously come forward to accuse the former vice president of inappropriate touching while working in his congressional office in the early 1990s. That initial attempt to tell her story, however, had gone poorly, with some reporters and media personalities using an old media piece Reid had penned praising Russia and Vladimir Putin to dismiss the allegations outright. Okay, so this is a case here of complete and total hypocrisy. See, we're told to believe all women, right, in the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement had initially started as women coming out to talk about their experience with sexual harassment, rape culture, being raped and all of that. But it has long since been politicized and used as a political weapon, whereby allegations against Republicans must go without question and Republicans must resign and be removed from office. It is a political and career destroyer. Allegations against Democrats, however, no. We need to actually take a look. Is there actually any evidence of this? Now, with Joe Biden, there is a ton of evidence of this. I mean, shoot, you can see him all over in every video and every picture, grabbing women, touching women, smelling their hair, right? And all these women looking on awkwardly, of all ages, right? I mean, there is no question that Joe Biden is the biggest violator of the Me Too movement. And yet, if it's a Democrat, then the situation changes. No, we must bury the story. We must attack the accuser. We must destroy them. And, they go, well, she had penned something about Russia and Vladimir Putin. Yeah, but when? Prior to 2016? Heck, the left loved Russia prior to 2016. You can see Democrats all over the place happily taking pictures with Vladimir Putin. It's only since 2016 that they've finally changed their mind on Russia and realized that they're not our friends, right? But they're now going back and trying to use tactics that if the right had ever tried to employ to defend themselves, the left would have attacked themselves. And so what this goes on here and what this shows is that the Me Too movement, just like all other political movements from the left, are not actually about what the movement claims to be about. It's all about creating a political weapon to bludgeon your political opponents with, because the Democrats, they can't win on issues. The Democrats, they can't win on ideas. In fact, right now, they can't even figure out how to express ideas, which is why they always rely on the media, who can't get through in any segment of any news program without having to resort to calling things racist, sexist, xenophobic, or whatever istophobe as a crutch to try and get through a segment, right? They have become so intellectually lazy that they are now considered mentally ill at this point, the Democrat Party. And we keep seeing this over and over again. At what point do we just, as a basic general population, take a look at the complete and total hypocrisy, the selective outrage, and all of that, and just say, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm not buying this anymore. Unless you're willing to apply the standards equally both ways, yeah, we don't really care what you have to say, And the Me Too movement, while the premise of it is something that we can get on board with and take a look at, saying, hey, yes, women should not be sexually assaulted. The problem is there has been too many false allegations that have been made. And there has been too much of a double standard in the movement that the Me Too movement has actually gone through and now hurts legitimate victims of sexual harassment and legitimate victims of rape. Because once people hear, 20 false allegations for every one real allegations, it gets harder and harder to believe that one real allegation. especially considering that a lot of times there is absolutely no evidence to support any of it. Especially when they come out and say, well, back, 20 years ago, I was harassed or raped by this person. Well, did you report it 20 years ago? No. Do you have anything to back this up? I mean, a rape kit, a DNA sample, police report, what, anything? Oh, no. Just believe me. 20 years ago, and the problem with that is, after 20 years, there is absolutely nothing, no evidence will survive 20 years. Unless you have at least reported in a police report, right? There is absolutely no DNA samples, no kit, no nothing to verify any of that. So it's always a he said, she said when we're talking about things that happened decades ago. But if people are coming out, just like we saw with Brett Kavanaugh, back, 30 some years ago at a high school party, I don't remember where, I don't exactly remember when, I don't exactly remember, who was all at the party, and I can't find anyone to corroborate this, or, whatever. You get the mistakes here. We should still believe, in me and my allegations, despite there being no history or evidence whatsoever to support it. And if you don't believe it, you don't believe women. If you don't believe it, you're promoting rape culture. But now that, people are coming out with Joe Biden, and there is a flood of evidence to support that Joe Biden is a big Me Too movement violator, someone who inappropriately touches women all the time. Well, we can't have that. Oh, you're a Russian spy. You're a Russian hack. Oh, this is, we cannot have this. We must bury this story. Oh, you're a horrible person. You're only doing this for politics. Yeah, the complete and total hypocrisy around all of this is just amazing. And it's not just the Me Too movement. There is nothing that the left is actually consistent on. The left entire ideology is a double standard where it's okay for them, but it's always wrong for you.